Hey! Hey, it has been a long while since I uploaded a video. So, I've been thinking about doing it pretty much since my last upload. It's just that I am a chronic procrastinator. I really think it's something that ought to be diagnosed. But, it's just been something that I've been thinking about doing. I was motivated to actually start doing this again from another YouTuber. I would say that it's two YouTubers. The first one is, oh my goodness, I can't remember. Okay, yeah, I remember. Her name is Xena Weena. So, shout out to her channel. And if anyone has not seen it, then I will link her channel in the description. Go and check it out. She's a girl that makes a lot of really insightful and very easy to follow, digestible, but also very thought-provoking content. And I wish I'm the guy that left the comment on her video saying, "I wish that I was half as well spoken as you are," and it's true. I do. I can't speak worth a crap. Yeah, but I just saw the way that she would put out videos, and much like I did it before, it was she basically shoots in one cut, doesn't edit anything, and it's it's really simple, and it's really old-fashioned. It's really cool, and I like it. So yeah, she got me to. I say she got me to. She doesn't even know me. Watching her videos, and how fast she can put videos out. That is a talent. That is a talent and a testament to work ethic. It just made me want to, boot up the camera and start, recording again for myself. So yeah, the first channel was Xena Weena, and I really hope I'm saying that channel right. I was using a white screen to light up my area. Sorry about that. I just want to make sure I'm saying the right name. Well, I did say that I would that I would post her channel in the description anyway, so yeah. But I saw her channel name, and yeah, I said it right, so yeah. The other channel that made me start thinking of doing this is Read My Soul. Shout out to him. He is a hip-hop YouTuber. He makes videos covering hip-hop culture, recent developments, and I just got finished watching one of his videos where he talks about beef and BS. Those are the only types of things that pop off on his channel that get him any views. So, go over there and show him some love. Show him some love for the, how would I say it? The casual stuff too. He talks about a lot of new music that he finds, new artists that are really interesting, tries to put them on, so, excuse me, my voice keeps on, know what I'm saying? So yeah, check him out too. He's a really cool guy. Spending the first couple of minutes of my comeback video promoting other channels is that's kind of funny. But, just wanted to shout him out anyway. I love showing love. So, what is this video going to be about? There were a lot of things that I could have spoken about. Of course, there's a lot of things. There's everything in the world to talk about. I can talk about myself. I can talk about my family, friends. I could talk about music, talk about drama, celebrities, school, politics, economics, United States, racism, history, could talk about art, could talk about music, dance. It doesn't even need to be on Earth. I can talk about outer space. I can talk about God, I can talk about Jesus, love talking about them. Praise God. And I can talk about anything, but out of all of those things, everything in the universe that we could talk about, what I would like to discuss is the Miyazaki games. That probably sounds super weird to a lot of you, even though you know what I'm talking about. Nobody else calls it that except for me. I'm talking about the From Software games, or the Souls games, but I never really liked either of those titles for them. I don't like the name of From Software games, or I guess the moniker of From Software games, whatever, because From Software makes a ton of games. They don't just make Souls games or even Souls-style games. They make a lot of games. So I never liked that term for that. And also, I never liked, the Souls-style game for a lot of reasons. That feels incredibly reductive of what Miyazaki is capable of, and not only what he's capable of, but the games that he's made. So the broadest, but also the most fitting title that I came up with for his games, and I say, I came up with it, not really, that I see as fit for his games is Miyazaki games, because that's as specific and as broad as what we're referring to when we're referring to that subgenre of games, really. I guess the subgenre is called Souls-like. And I don't know, I guess as a subgenre I can kind of understand that a little bit more. But, we are going to continue calling them Miyazaki games just in the realm of this discussion. But as a tag, I understand Souls games. Calling them a Miyazaki-inspired or Miyazaki game, that would be that's kind of clunky to include as a tag for, Steam games. I don't think there's a way of, I don't think, console games can really have tags like that, because, where are you going to put a tag at? They're not going to call it a Souls like in the PS Store or the Microsoft Store, Xbox Store, whatever. And my fan just came on, so yeah, hopefully you guys can still hear me well and the fan isn't too distracting. But anyway, that was a whole bunch of preamble. What I wanted to speak about in the Souls games is one thing that really bothers me, and this is going to be very short, it's going to be very brief, just as my first time coming back and making a video like this. The one thing that I wanted to talk about that irks me in them is the style of the weapons gallery. The design choice for the weapons gallery that they make, I guess, is the best way that I can put it. What I mean by that is, I am really tired of the games, Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, that style of game where it has like 50 types of the same weapon that have the same moveset, and probably, a couple weapons here and there that have unique movesets, and those unique movesets are still shared with like 15 other weapons too. It's just really, really tiresome. And the reason why I say it's tiresome is because we've seen him do better weapon systems. Of course, only two come to mind. Is it two? Am I forgetting that? Actually, wow, yeah, no, that's the sad part. That is the sad part, is that there are only two games in all of his catalog, all of Miyazaki's catalog, that deviate from that and that do a better weapon system. The first one is, of course, the king of weapon designs across all the Miyazaki games is Bloodborne. That is the game that is basically known for a lot of things, but among them is its weapon system, its a style of weapons. I feel like there's a better way of saying that I'm not thinking of, but whatever. The trick weapons. trick weapons are the coolest thing that really should have been brought back. They're a cool enough, design of weapon that they could have been introduced to Elden Ring as well, and nobody would have complained. But what made them so special is that there were only so few weapons in the game. To put it another way, in Bloodborne, they went quality over quantity, but with the Souls games, oh wow, I can't believe I just said that. Well, you get what I mean. With the Souls games, they go quantity over quality. Nobody has ever preferred quantity over quality. Not one person in the history of anything has ever preferred that. And especially in the realm of weapons that you can select to play as, nobody would prefer quality over quantity, quantity over quality. I would rather have a game with 10 weapons and each of them have a lot of depth, are a blast to play as, to play with. They have really cool movesets. All of them are entirely unique and fit a different type of build than a game like Elden Ring that has over 100 weapons, but only probably about 20 different movesets, and they're all very, very basic. They're all just very basic. You know, it's just tiring. I'm tired of those types of games. I really hate that is a design choice that is carried over from Souls games to other Souls-likes. That's the worst thing that they have picked up, and if all of them were to drop it and start investing more time into each weapon individually, it would be an overall boon to the final product. That's not what I think. That's like actual. I'm gonna go ahead and say that's actual fact. Okay, it's probably not, technically, but I really can't stand when I watch a video and everyone always, well, not everybody, people always, they add the qualifier of, in my opinion, to the end of everything, or I think to everything. Like those are given statements. We know that they're in your opinion. We know it's what you think, because if you didn't think it or it wasn't your opinion, you wouldn't be saying it. Anyway, that's kind of a side tangent. Yeah, I really truly hope that Elden Ring was the last game to do that, and that Duskbloods is going to return to the quality over quantity style of weapons gallery, and that we can keep it that way in the future. And of course, the other masterpiece that didn't feature the 100 weapons thing is Sekiro. I think a lot of other people call it Sekiro. I just call it Sekiro just because hopefully I'm not alone, Anyway, yeah, that game only has one weapon, and it's amazing for it. I feel like that's one side of the extreme of only having one weapon in the game with one moveset. That's, it's okay. I guess the appeal of Sekiro is less of the weapon and your offensive style and capability, and it's focused more on the combat, the flow with the enemy, and that's what they focus more on with that combat design, and that's fine. That's fine. But personally, I guess that's kind of a qualifier right there, saying personally. But anyway, I don't know. I think Sekiro could have used maybe just one other weapon at least, or two other weapons at least, because the sword is cool and everything, but it just would have been nice to have another primary weapon to use instead of just another weapon that you'll use as a special attack, like the Odachi, or the Shuriken, or the hand axe. It would have been really cool if there was if you could actually, wield an odachi and parry with that, or even a spear. Imagine a samurai or a ninja game. I guess Sekiro is more of a ninja game, where you actually wield a katana and a spear, because spears are kind of an underrated weapon type. Eh, I don't really know if I would say underrated, but they never really get the glamour that they deserve. There are very few games that have spears as the main weapon, and yeah, I don't know. Personally, I'm an axe guy. Axes are my favorite weapon type, specifically great axes, and I love clubs and great clubs. Those anytime I boot up a Miyazaki game, I always go for that weapon type, or even a Souls-like. I always look for the coolest great axe or the biggest like stick in the game. It's just a habit. I love. There's nothing as satisfying as walking around, medieval worlds like a caveman and just killing everything with a stick. It's truly great. Anyway, kind of got off topic a little bit there for about the 50th time. That is just one gripe that I have with the games. I really think, there I said it again. I think that Elden Ring would be a much better game. It would be so much stronger and tighter in gameplay and player expression if the game had about a tenth, maybe a fifth or a tenth of the weapons that it has now, and each one of those weapons was given just as much, if not more depth than each trick weapon in Bloodborne. I truly feel that way, and I hope that's what they do in the future, because I'm really done with collecting 50 weapons that have the same moveset, that are just different skins, that maybe have one different special attack, or that can weapon arts, if we want to be technical, and being able to switch out the weapon arts. Being able to switch out the weapon arts. Okay, first of all, weapon arts as a concept do not hold a candle to the trick weapon system. Okay, trick weapons are what they are. There were no swappable weapon abilities between any of the weapons in Bloodborne. It didn't have that kind of system, and it was still a million times better than the weapon combat design choice style, whatever, that they had in Bloodborne. Not in Bloodborne, in Elden Ring. So, yeah, that's my thing. Elden Ring is a great game, don't get me wrong, but I learned two things from that game. First, I kind of learned this with Dark Souls 3. The first thing that I learned in Elden Ring is that I'm tired of the games having that style of weapons gallery. And the second thing is that I actually prefer linear games to open world games. And maybe that's something I can talk about in the next video. I don't know, maybe I'll decide to go off the rail and speak about something else. So my goal is to make one video like this every day. I truly believe that I can do that. I know that I can. I know I can do it. It's just a matter of consistency and something that I actually need to put my mind to and apply myself to. So I really want to do it, and my goal for each video can be 5 minutes. So I know I can do it, and I want to. I want to do something consistent like this and have a channel, a page, my little part of the internet that has my thoughts like this, and that I can call a blog of my own, and whoever wants to listen to it can. Hopefully I inspire you all to do something at some point along my blog, or I give you I say something that's maybe thought-provoking or gets you thinking somehow. So yeah, thank you for watching, truly. Don't forget to check out their channels. And that's it. See you next time. Hopefully tomorrow. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow.